This is Chris K with your Peak Fitness Off Day Workout B. Much as with Workout A, we're going to begin this workout with a core training circuit followed by our 3-exercise strength training circuit. Alright, so I want you to perform each for the reps and sets prescribed in your workout chart or in our program, and then move on to the next one. Alright, so with that said, for the first exercise in our core strength training or our core training circuit, alright, we have a plank with an elbow march. Alright, so what I want to do here is actually, I call this a march, but it's also a walkout. I'm going to start in a plank position. I'm just going to walk out with my elbows and come back in. All right. The focus here is just keeping the back flat like a table, shoulder blades kind of squeezed back, and just walk out as far as you can without moving the torso, meaning it's not dipping down, it's not coming up. Make sure that you're feeling this in your torso only versus your arms, your legs. If you need to come down for a second to rest or to regenerate, that's perfectly fine. I want you to perform that exercise for prescribed reps or time. All right, for our next exercise, we have a wide stance plank march. All right, for this, we're going to come up into a push-up position. We're going to get our legs wide, and then we're going to march up and down in this fashion. All right, getting the legs wide like this helps to emphasize the external obliques, or kind of the lateral core a little bit more, so the outer areas kind of get this area really really intensifies the feeling here versus the inside, and helps to hit a different part of our stomach. So that's important. Again, I want you to keep the shoulder blade squeezed down and back. Move slowly. Pause at the top. Hold. Pause at the top. Hold. Again, prescribed time for this exercise or prescribed reps. If it says 8 reps, I want 8 on each side versus 4 on each side. Okay. So with that said, for our standing core exercise, we have a band stir. All right. For the band stir, what I'm going to do is loop a band around. Do we have a band stir? Huh. Yes, we do have a band stir. Okay. As with Workout A, we have a band stir. Okay, so in the same fashion, we're going to loop the band around a polar post. Okay, or this could be shut into a doorway, and we're just making a stirring motion, keeping the abs tight, moving slowly. I'm looking for prescribed reps or time on each side, and you can move clockwise for like set 1, then we're going to do counterclockwise for set 2, just to make sure everything is symmetrical. Alright, from here for our last exercise, we have a single leg glute bridge hold. Right, with this, what I'm looking for is we're just going to come on the back here, raise up into a single leg glute bridge, and just hold. Alright, that is the goal. I want you to try to straighten the leg out. That's going to make this a little bit harder. You can add a little bit of movement to it. You can move the leg up and down if necessary. But again, just hold in this position. Don't move. If you find that you need to come down, rest for a second. That's perfectly fine. But I want you to come up, attempt to hold for prescribed time. Or, if we're doing reps, I would hold for 10 seconds, come down. Hold for 10 seconds, come down. In that fashion, equal reppage on both sides. And again, perform each of those exercises back to back. So like if it says, 2 sets, you do each one back to back and then start over for the second set of each. All right, now moving on to our strength circuit, we have our first exercise, which is a single leg push-up. All right, for this, I'm going to give myself a target here. I've got a blue pad here. We have this available in the gym. You can use carpet squares or a towel, whatever you might have. Come onto one leg, pause at the bottom, explode up, come back down, go back up, just like this. Main thing here, I'm trying to keep everything straight. I'm not rotating my torso. And as well, I'm looking for equal reps on both sides. And if you find that this is pretty easy, you can get more than the prescribed reps that we list in your chart, I want you to put one foot up on a box, make it a little bit harder. Okay, or what you can do is, to make it easier, we can put our hands on an elevated surface such as a step, a bench, a chair, whatever you have, all the way even up to the wall. Again, same rules apply. All right, for our leg exercise, we have a rear foot elevated split squat. All right, this should be familiar to everyone by now. All right, I want you to put your back leg up on a step, drop the back knee to a pad, get yourself a pad, a carpet square, or a pillow as your target, and come back up. All right, now to make this exercise harder, we can hold dumbbells to both sides. We can hold a dumbbell on one side to kind of emphasize the glute a little bit more. And again, to regress this exercise, to make it a little bit easier, you can simply come down here, pause at the bottom, come back up, back to a split squat. To make it a little bit harder, you can also elevate the foot on a step such as this, all right? So a higher step, increase the range of motion a little bit. The ultimate progression for this would be elevating both the front and the back foot. This is really a killer exercise. And again, if this is not something that you've done before, body weight will certainly be sufficient. Down and up. Down and up. Kind of a freakish move, really, but it's a great exercise. Down and up just like that. Really great exercise to overload the legs, but again, that would be the ultimate progression. Move to that if you find that if you don't have, weights available to you. All right, now for our last exercise, we have a one leg, one arm row. All right, with this, I favor a kettlebell. The implement is better. It's just better to hold. Where back leg is up like I'm at the bottom of a straight leg deadlift. My back is flat like a table. I'm just thinking about pulling this into my back pocket. Pause at the top, come back down. 4 prescribed reps. And again, this is not an exercise that you want to weight up excessively. I'd say err on the side of caution, go lighter. You should feel this in the opposite glute versus anywhere else as well. If you find though that you're shrugging your shoulders or you're kind of losing form, we want to think about pulling into our back pocket the entire time. We want to avoid that. All right. So if you're able to do that, then you can weight it up a little bit more. But because this is more of a stability-based exercise, we want to really look at that and make sure that we can maintain form kind of in this awkward concorded position. So with that said, I'm looking for 3 rounds of each exercise. If you can do more than prescribed reps, move up in some way. If you can't do within the range of the prescribed reps with proper form, move down. There's no shame in that, but that is your June workout B.